is the 21st day of national lockdown since the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic. In our previous reports, we have brought to you the stories of marginal farmers producing perishable vegetables and the challenges they are going through. Today I want to tell you the stories of three extraordinary women and their struggle in the time of this pandemic. But before I tell you the stories, I would like to rewind your memory to one of Mahatma Gandhi's famous quote. I will give you a talisman. Recall the face of the poorest and weakest man whom you may have seen and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be any use to him. Will he gain anything by it? Will it restore him to control over his own life and destiny? In other words, will it lead to swaraj for the hungry and especially starving millions? Now let us see, did our leaders remember the most vulnerable people in the time of this deadly virus attack?
Sometimes we eat, sometimes we don't. On some days we eat rice with vegetables, and on other days we pour water and salt on rice and eat it.
Nasa couldn't bear the torture of domestic violence and left her husband 14 years back. She went to Guwahati and started working as a domestic help. With a meager income, she is on a mission to get her daughter educated and break the cycle of gender violence. Last month, she came back home to see her ailing mother and the college-going daughter. In the last 1 month, she has already exhausted her savings. Morzina's neighbor Eliza has a similar story. Her husband abandoned her more than a decade ago. Now she is raising her only daughter and looking after her elderly sister by working as a housemaid in Borpeta town.
In this time, I can't even borrow 100 or 200 rupees from someone. I am going through immense hardship.
Mofida is pregnant. Her husband is a mason. Her husband doesn't have income since the lockdown has started. As a pregnant woman, she should get nutritious food for the well-being of her unborn baby. But due to lockdown, her husband is not being able to manage vegetables and other essentials. She is having rice with chutney made of green chili and garlic.
For more than a week, there's no oil. I am pregnant. God knows what will happen. I am going through a tough time.
In the fight against coronavirus, our government has announced several measures for the poor, like food grains under the National Food Security Act, direct cash transfer to the Jan Dhan account, and cash distributed to the families without ration card through the panchayats. Unfortunately, Marzina, Eliza or Mofida, none of them could get protection under the government sponsored schemes. Mofida's father has sent her around 25 kgs of rice. She has no idea what will happen when the rice finishes. Before the lockdown, Eliza's employer had given her some food grains and 2000 rupees. Now she is left with only 200 rupees. Whereas Morzina doesn't have sufficient food in stock, but she has immense faith on humanity. Morzina, Mofida and Eliza are not isolated cases. There are thousands of people who are not covered under the current measures taken by the government. Do our leaders remember Gandhiji's talisman, protecting the last person in the line? I hope our Prime Minister and Chief Minister will take steps to minimize their suffering. At the same time, Morzina's faith on humanity must be protected. Individually, we all should stand in solidarity with the weakest member of our community. We shall definitely defeat the deadly virus together. Thank you.